So he says, well, take one and I'll watch it. It wasn't 10 minutes. I looked like I had smallpox, head to toe, blistered all over my body. I hurt. I mean, it was terrible. Pure terrible, you know, and to use that on me after knowing that I'm allergic to penicillin and I can only do this. And they give me that, and I mean, I wasn't out of the building. It was terrible, horrible. And I've already got enough problems from being crushed in the Navy. You know, I don't need people giving me stuff to where it's just, it looked like smallpox. If you don't know what smallpox looks like, they still got some pictures somewhere in an old encyclopedia. It's not good.
So that was the last one of those you took, I take it.
Definitely the last one. And I kind of got threatening to them after that a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't just treat people broad spectrum like they treat everything, you know.
Just tell them they better know what they're giving you before
if
they
you treat any person in any respect like you treated the last guy, that's not good, because that's generalizing or something. You know, it's what's that word? That's profiling. You got to treat each individual as that individual.
That's right.
And we're all different. And
oh, guess what? It's time for another 420 roll.
Man, they go around so fast.
This is for the people who tuned in at 2 a.m. If you tuned in at 2 a.m., then you're already late for the 420 roll.
So I take it they could tune in at 2 a.m. on the internet, too.
They can.
Yeah, is that going to be a simulcast deal from the...
Everything that goes out on here is on the net.
We're taking over.
We're taking over.
You know what? That means maybe we can draw the attention away a little bit from all the people sucking up the TV time right now.
Don't worry about taking us to your leaders. We are them now.
Don't watch any more of that on TV.
Yes, bring your leader. Don't take us to your leader. Bring your leader to us. To bring them to your new leader. I'm learning Martian.
Well, the folks in the county's plenty awake, you know, with all this stuff that's been going on, that whole CTS mess out yonder, you know. We know that our county commissioners didn't create it, but for 20 or 30 years, they've all kind of passed it on and ignored it.
Reel, right? Roll, 420 roll. Okay, good.
Good morning. Welcome to the Pleasure Saucer. Always try theater and private fire.
Watch The Casey Waters Show, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. on URTV. to get interesting, eccentric, philosophical presentations, and artwork by Judson Laird, which is manipulated using interesting graphic art techniques.
Hey John, how are you doing?
I'm good. Say, you're watching the 420 roll.
You're watching the 420 roll.
Right.
What is that?
Takes a long time. It takes a long time to heal. Broken heart. Darling, when you were mine, it feels so fine. Baby, right from the start. Takes a long time. Takes a long time to heal. A broken heart. If I could go back in time, if I could go back in time, you know I would. No, I would. It takes a long time. It takes a long, long time to heal. Broken heart. And if I could go back in time, No, I would. No, I would.
We are YUK and you're watching the 420 roll.
Like not scary.
That number once again, 828-250-4785 for the Buncombe County Soil and Water Conservation District office.
Right. And so, but this is Buncombe County, and I'm, of course, in Henderson County, but they should know the number.
They'll probably annex you within the next year or two.
Look, I'm really close to the county line. Actually, I'm probably within like a quarter mile or a half a mile of the county line.
Martial law, everybody loses their property and goes back to the state anyway. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now they debate doing that. Apparently.
Now when we come back, I want you to stick your face in that camera right up there and get ready to say, hi, Casey Waters here, but stick your face right in the camera. Get up there, here it comes.
Hey, I'm Casey Waters.
All right.
We're at the Mad Scientist Tea Party Live.
Right, and we're international today.
Yes.
That's right, we are streaming.
International, everywhere. Everybody in the world with high-speed internet can watch us.
Yeah, the only positive ticker tape thing going today, the stock market was crashing like it fell off of Mount Everest.
That's
it wasn't
right.
now.
It's crashed over 300 points. You're right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Dow
That's
lost
a
over.
pretty good-
It's like
I turned my
347
Scott
or
trade
something.
account on and looked for 2 seconds and just hit the off button.
Thank God. I
You don't
know.
sell when it's down, so there's no need to sit there and watch misery all day, you know. I know what it's supposed to be, and I know
Well,
what
all
they've
right.
taken it to.
Yeah, it's not good.
Nah, I just ride it out.
Well,
I don't
Judson
need the
thinks it
money to
will.
live on, so.
Yeah, Judson thinks it will get better later on. Hopefully after Obama gets elected. But as I was saying before, they had a secret session in the House last March to debate about what would happen if there was martial law in
I
late
was seeing that gentleman's
2008.
show on there, and it
Yeah,
kinda confirmed me.
2009. And where they would put the House of Representatives and how they would protect their family.
I think what all the
whatnot.
countries need to do on foreign debt is just call it null and even right there on what every country owes another country. We need to get our money back into circulation.
like,
That's
write it
the
off?
problem. Yeah, because we've written off a whole bunch of other countries' debts that owed us. Vietnam, Korea, a whole bunch of people way back
Yeah.
through time. If they say we owe them, they need to write us off and let us restore our economy now. They've took our factories. We don't have nothing left over here, and what it is, they'll come and buy it out. If he invents something and starts to produce it 2 years from now, somebody else will be doing it on the other side of the world.
Whoa.
Oh, before we get carried away, I have to plug my new shirt.
Oh, go get in front of the new camera.
Oh, is
Negative message.
I'm plugging it.
All right.
Alright,
All
good.
right,
Is that
okay.
those are new cameras too?
Well-
I did what I was paid to do.
Alright.
It's a new shirt.
Alright.
You'll notice I didn't shave in the last couple of days. It said that them sleeping pills might create hair growth, so.
Did it say that?
If I look like Snuffy
Oh,
Smith
maybe-
next week, you'll know what happened.
Maybe it makes you a werewolf, and you don't remember anything the next day. Do you have that? You don't remember anything the next day?
Starts growing.
Don't eat that
fangs.
stuff on a full moon, man.
No, I always remember things the next day, like curling up to my pillow.
Oh,
Not good.
yummy pillow.
It's not good.
Let me have a little bit of that other kind of tea there. The
Flowers?
tea urchins, we call it. They call it tea urchins now.
It looks like
The tea
it looks
urchins.
tea urchins, yeah.
Oh yeah, some good old tea urchins.
I put the innards of that right here
Is
upside
this
down.
caffeinated?
Yes,
It is. What about the smoky?
yes.
That's probably why I'm going.
If on a good day, yes.
Is
Actually,
it right now?
Are you
though?
gonna have a cup of tea? I recommend that you mix the two together. That's what I've just
feel
done.
like
there's
I'm-
decaf over there that I brought today for future reference if you would like some
I
of
think I'm
that.
about
if
to
you're here.
blast
You got
that back in my
Casey
seat.
Waters
Did
with
you
us.
get one of those good cookies, man?
Tell-
They were great.
tell us-
They're gooey, but they
He
were
sent
really
those
so
cookies.
good. Oh,
They
he
got-
sent them. Huh?
They got hot. They got hot in my
He's
car.
the man. Well, thank you for the cookies.
No,
Well,
we
well,
They're
want
listen.
some.
good cookies.
Listen here, did oh, I don't know what I was thinking about. Oh yeah, what's going on the Casey Waters show right now? Huh? Is this a rerun this week coming up or on Sunday?
They're in Hanks to Tell. I need to call 1-800-APPLE and see if where my new computer is. In theory, I talked to them a few days ago, and they claimed it would be delivered today or tomorrow.
Or Saturday?
Probably in
Or maybe
Mississippi at the
Saturday.
Lost luggage place.
But-
in Mississippi.
Yes, the key is Saturday, because if it comes any later than Saturday, I don't think I'll be able to do a new show. However, if it does make it in by Saturday, I'll not only be able to do a new show, but hopefully be able to put out the last show I did, which never made it out, with God Divide or Unify. And there I discuss and God as one, and then how God divided, i.e., created and became everything, and then how in the end God would unify, and then in the middle of the show I said, "Oh, does that mean destruction?" It just hit me, and I was like, "Well, maybe not," but
All right.
I meant coming together as one is what I
Sweet.
was really getting after. Yeah.
Well, you're
nice.
really not too far-fetched.
Oh, see, it was on sale.
Says about all that.
Yes.
You know, and he does tell us what he's behind every
Do
tree,
you know what size
under every
are they?
rock.
That's right.
That's right. Oh, yeah, and the Holy Spirit dwells within us.
For me.
Well,
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
so he is everything and everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So it
Stain resistant,
Well, good.
just in case.
For
Isn't
mad
that
scientists.
Yes.
For tea and
Okay.
coffee.
Well, gee, those look
Thank you.
nice.
I-
All right.
Do I need to give you money?
No.
What I do have, you see, because I'm starting my new job, I want to dress fancy. For my,
Hendersonville should be able
for
to
my
get
new
you that
job.
grant.
You know
Did you
what
buy
I mean?
those before you put?
Yes, bought them actually.
Oh, yeah,
2 weeks
Henderson
ago, but
County.
yeah, I just
So I'm
delivered
wondering-
it.
That's what
Well,
I thought.
push
If
it
it's
out.
available in
A
Buncombe
few minutes.
County,
Actually, I need to
it
run
should
back
be
to Ross 'cause
available
I
in
left
Henderson
something in
In
the
County.
fact, if there's any of those brochures left
I left
out
a,
there, it's
picture of
produced by
Roscoe
the
the
state
Penguin.
association, so.
You haven't heard of Roscoe
Oh
the
yeah,
Penguin
because
yet, but you
I
will.
think John showed me one,
Roscoe
and
the
there
Penguin
was
is a project of
Well, he
mine.
said
a
you were
couple
building a
of
house
yeah,
and has been
yeah,
drawn
way
by
up on top of the hill,
a gentleman
and
that
some
I
of the
work with at
ideas
Ross,
made
who's a
sense.
very talented artist.
For
Basically, Roscoe
yeah,
is
slowing
a cute,
down
psychotic penguin.
water, and I actually already have it.
Cute,
To
psychotic. yeah.
me, I thought
Always
it
got a
had
cheerful
it set
grin on
up
his face
pretty
and a
good
twinkle in his
towards
eye
the
and a
end,
weapon in his hand.
in the sense that I got.
You gonna make
I
a
just
t-shirt out of it?
took tons
Is he a
of grass
t-shirt
seed. I
character,
guess so
or
did
is he
the
gonna-
contractor, and
He's
just
gonna make
swelled along, just spread
Multiple
it along
t-shirts.
the
Like we've got about
ditches.
8
So
t-shirts.
there's all
Do
this
you have
tall
Roscoe
grass
delivering
going right
your
there in
negative
the
message?
ditch.
If you,
And so my
No, Roscoe's-
assumption
he's-
is
he's
that
kinda like
will
gonna be
slow
the-
down
he's
the
gonna
water
be like
and
the
filter
mascot
it
of the
at the
negative
same
message.
time,
Yes,
at least to
Roscoe
a
the
degree.
Penguin.
But there's probably other measures I could take too, maybe adding some
So, are you
riprap or
working-
Well,
whatever.
maybe the
Would-
measures you've
I mean-
done there are good ones and
Not
just kind of
technically,
incomplete.
That's what I
unemployed
thought.
again.
That's
Okay.
my
Like-
assumption.
Alright.
I
But you're
did
making
some
t-shirts.
and I solved
Well,
it
we're just
part of the
getting
way,
started.
but
Did
if
Did you
I
bury
Two
a
jobs I could
cistern
get tomorrow. What are
or something,
those?
A water container?
no,
Still have an
I
opportunity
haven't
to work
done
at the
that, and
hotel
that
or
might
another
be
one
a
in the
good
area.
idea.
Well, the hardware
Or
stores are selling
I
those
know
barrels
CVS
and the
or
water
across my
piping
hotel
systems
will
for
hire me
doing
back.
that
They want a
stuff,
photo
and
of
they
that
do
person
give you
that-
money back on that grant. Oh, you need to just.
And they
reach
told me to
out.
recommend anybody, 'cause they
okay,
actually tried
because
to offer me to
Judson's
get my job.
really
Hey, John.
interested
How much
in
to get?
having a
Swing
cistern,
on in,
so
pull
if
a
we could
chair
get
up.
money back on it,
To go back,
that
like,
that might
be
make it
photo
much more
options, but-
I don't know
feasible.
how much it is.
All
right,
'cause
the
it's
Tea
just
Party's just-
particular
Tea
grant
Party's
for
ro-
homeowners that they've
Tea
been
Party's
able
just
to
rolling
do, but
right along
if
here.
you go
Look over there
you
to
know
your
the
left,
deal.
John,
I'll
and
make
in,
sure you
in
get a
that
pamphlet
in the
for
box
it.
all the way over, you'll
Jar.
find a teacup and a
Henderson County,
saucer.
Henderson County, you need to help this
Well,
man
I'm gonna
get his
spend a little bit of time
CCAP
unemployed
grant
so I can
applied
do
for.
research for doing the
He's
t-shirt
been
thing.
asking about it for a couple of months over here,
But if you
so
get
somebody
something,
needs to do some outreach over in Henderson
I know
County
you're
and get
not
this
wanting
man
to do
a
the distance thing.
CCAP grant.
Yeah, I don't like
Have-
it.
have
Oh,
y'all
yeah, I'll
been-
be calling y'all.
All right,
Yeah, I'm gonna
wait a
be
minute.
calling
Let me
y'all
ask you all
over
a
the
question.
next few
Have,
days, you
have-
betcha, and I'll get this all going.
has anybody been hearing what's been going on in St. Paul?
Yes.
Sarah
what do
Palin
you-
gave
what-
a really snarky speech last night.
What do you
Yes.
know, John?
Oh, and Giuliani just ripped Obama to shreds. I mean, he made him look horrible.
What do you know, John?
You know,
Well, I
as
know
predicted.
that-
Put
Yeah.
that microphone over by John on the corner if you
Go
would.
ahead.
I know that our friends at the RNC Welcoming Committee have
Yes, the welcoming committee. That's that's the thing I'm thinking
massive
about.
amounts have been arrested
Yes.
over very trivial things.
And did you hear
Oh.
how they got them all in different places, like at the same time and stuff? They had like FBI guys following. They must have been following each and every individual.
Evidently, informants were involved. That's what I heard.
Yeah, they said
Of course,
that.
whether that's true or whether that's just misinformation put out
I'm
to
pretty sure that's
sow
true.
distrust or anything like that, I can't say.
I'm pretty
but
sure that's
it's
true.
still.
Well, no, were these people that were arrested, were they outside their legal limitations
No.
according to our Constitution? on
No.
their right
Why
to
no?
civil-
No, they were not. According to the Constitution, they were not outside their legal limits.
outside their legal limits.
Not
of
at
civil
all.
Maybe not the current version
Not
thereof.
Not
or
at
whatever.
all. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, they were interested in seeing to it that if there were any demonstrations and stuff going on, and that they were all civil demonstrations, and that there was no violence and stuff like that. Now,
So it's some more
however, there were,
arrests,
however,
stuff.
infiltrates, and they had people infiltrating them from like the FBI and stuff like that. And somebody, guess where that might have come from? Threw a rock through a window, which gave, of course, the cops rights to
they
to
did.
crack heads and stuff like that. All you got to do is have one person to infiltrate the crowd and go and throw a rock through a window or something like that, and then it's on. It's a riot.
And a guy brought up an interesting point at NPR, listening to it on my way here. If it comes to terms of actual violence, not one of the demonstrators, not even the anarchists, fired rubber bullets at the cops.
Oh yeah,
Not one of them used concussion grenades against fellow human beings.
that's right.
The cops did that. I mean, if
Right.
you're talking about the sum total tonnage of violence committed against fellow human beings, the cops won hands down.
Right, right. And I would
with
highly
rubber bullets.
and I would highly
wow. See, I didn't
suspect
realize
that the
Okay,
that
yeah,
the
that sounds pretty brutal.
anarchist that threw the rock, I highly suspect was a plant. It was a plant.
Continual
Probably
succession of
FBI or some
injustices
unknown
thing
government
coming up again.
unnamed government agency. Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, it's been documented that stuff like that has happened before.
right.
And there's no indication that would ever stop. So what?
Right. Well, I know because I was in Miami, and I want to say they were cleaning up Miami Beach for the Democratic National Convention. Is what I think was coming into town. But there'd been an acid party on Miami Beach that had been going on for months, and I was at the party, and there were roughly 350 people at the party the night that I got arrested, and we didn't know it, but they had probably a half dozen cop cars parked a block or two down the street over that way, and a half dozen or so cop cars parked down the street back the other way, like that. But they were just back there and they were waiting. See what I mean? And then a cop came down into the crowd in a uniform, and we didn't know that there were some other cops in the crowd already. They didn't have on uniforms, though. See what I mean? And a cop came down into the crowd and arrested somebody and drug him through the crowd, and we all went up to see what was going on. And while we were standing up there to see what was going on, somebody in the crowd threw a pop bottle, and I saw it come up from behind. It came from behind me. I saw it come up, and it fell down in where the cop cars were somehow, you know.
Right.
And then the cops pulled their guns, and I saw this cop holding the gun, and he was pointing it more or less in my direction, and his hand was shaking, and I was just like, I don't want to be here. So I thought, well, I'll just go jog down the beach, you know. So I started jogging down the beach, and I looked behind me back at the crowd, and I saw this other guy come out of the crowd from behind me, roughly where the area where the bottle came from, come out of the crowd. And I went on jogging down the beach, and I looked back again, and I noticed that this guy was kind of beating down on me. So I thought, oh, well, he wanted to talk to me or something. So I stopped to see what he wanted. And he grabbed me, and he was a plainclothes cop. And he arrested me for having thrown this pop bottle. And stood up in court. He and another cop stood up in court and testified that they had seen me throw this pop bottle. And that's all good and well, except for the fact that I never threw the pop bottle. And the pop bottle came from somewhere behind me in the crowd, roughly the area this guy came from, the guy who was lying in court saying he saw me throw the pop bottle. So if there's some kind of a demonstration or so, as soon as the pop bottle was thrown, then suddenly the guns came out, and then all these cop cars that had been conveniently parked ahead of time, just a block down either way, then they all came. Then it was then it was on.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was on
they all came
because someone had thrown a pop bottle. I was arrested for that. And I never touched that pop bottle. So I know something's up. I mean, you see what I mean? I know something's up. It's not like, well, maybe the cops throw pop bottles and then lie about it. Well, it's not like that. I know they lie because they did to me. I know, from the experience in life, I know what's going on. Okay, I know the deal.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let the rest of you know.
Yeah,
The deal. Okay.
The deal.
That's the deal, guys.
I don't think so.
What were you talking about last night? Did you see Letterman last night?
Who?
Letterman was probably talking about, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see
The
that.
Republican convention.
He said he didn't know if it was just him or not, but Letterman says does the new vice presidential pick of McCain's reminded him of the lens crafter lady.
I could see that.
And I'm thinking,
Yes,
you know.
My
This
favorite.
woman is going to be pure comic gold.
Okay.
Actually, I'm almost tempted to vote Republican because of her.
Just to see what happens.
Well, there's that. Yes, I do have that self-destructive streak me, but she has been tied how routinely to the Alaskan Independence Party.
Yeah.
That's right. And
Oh,
she's
yeah.
been tied to the notion of succession.
Secession, yes.
And Alaskans do debate about it occasionally. Even I have when I lived there. Wouldn't be nice if Alaska
Exactly.
was its own country.
Yes, but
You know, because we would have to pay federal taxes, we would have all the oil resources to ourselves.
Yeah,
you
but then
know,
they'd cut off. They'd cut
Now-
off all
how
that
does
money.
that also
What?
fit? How does that also fit in with being in the pocket of big oil
yeah,
money?
we would have all the
Don't
primitive
care.
funds,
I don't
money,
care
and
if
all
they.
the other money.
I don't care if they rename it Exylvania. If they can do it, then anyone else can do it. But upon further investigation, I don't think she actually was. Actually, it may have been that her husband was briefly a member of the party.
Yeah.
And that was no longer.
Oh, he was probably a
And
plant,
not- maybe
plant
not-
for big oil money.
Yeah,
Or to see
exactly.
if big oil money could get by with calling
A
it
lot of
Exxon.
people would talk about it, but then when you actually try to do it, that's another thing. You know, everyone will be like, oh, it's great, I do this, do this. Like, okay, who wants to do it? And I was like, no, because what are you going to do? You would have to get the governor to call the president. And I think it's treason, I know.
Well, before we get into that, before we get into those,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna-
it would be a mess.
Before we get into that, those relatively, I'm going to have to say it. Good morning. Welcome to the Pressure Saucer. Always, Cry Theater and Private Fire. MySpace is terrible.
If they got a picture of a computer illiterate person, then it's me.
Probably it.
I'm waiting for the MySpace for dummies book to come out because it should be there already.
Hey, let's me and you write and get ready. What's going on there? Yeah, because I'm definitely, look, I don't know.
We just sold our idea on the internet.
I tripped into it. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
I
just here.
copyrighted it.
Johnson.
MySpace for dummies.
Okay, we're back.
You remember the performance where you got the fire dancing
Yeah.
footage?
Showed it earlier today.
Right.
Just showed it.
That concept, Mount Dungeon, actually negative message, maybe taking it over.
What concept?
Of sort of the alternative dark side talent show thing. We're thinking of sponsoring a series of those,
Okay.
which is what essentially what it was at the role.
Freak show.
Freak show, but competing for cash. Yes.
Freaks.
You should
Freak.
get
Freaking
Hot
for
Topic in on
cash.
that.
Hmm?
You should get Hot Topic in on that.
Yeah, y'all kind of slide it in a little closer
They
to the
could,
table.
they could maybe give y'all some free garb.
There you go.
Yeah,
Free
Miss
food.
Longest.
Yeah, lean into the table a little
Oh,
bit.
by the way, I just got a phone call from the premier of China, and y'all are officially banned from the whole country.
I consider that extremely lucky.
It's cool when international and done got banned from one whole country.
I couldn't afford to go there anyhow, so
I can
Our
afford-
country
Well,
doesn't
see,
pay us enough
we
for the
drink
travel.
their tea.
Not anymore.
We've been drinking their tea.
Not anymore.
It's all Taiwanese talent team now.
There it is. Just send your complaint letters to that address right there. We want to hear from somebody.
What address?
That address that was
there.
gone.
Send it to that address. Just send it to the
guy.
large white man.
That's right. The scary guy with the knife.
Yeah, send it to the naked guy with the knife. There's a good place to send a complaint to.
It's a little scary to me. I just thought, man, that is cool. It's funny.
And the aluminum foil
Ain't nothing that
fence.
funny as this Jerry Lewis movie, man.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a
classic.
That was a good deal for you, Brad. It wasn't.
I think we had a good tea party today, y'all. I enjoyed it. I hope y'all did.
Oh, right. Yeah, I had a
hope
good
y'all did.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Happy
thanks
Internet
for
Day.
letting me swing by and be part of it. I'm gonna be up here again tomorrow, probably
All right.
until the last hour of your show, because I'll be getting ready to do the other. And
All right. Well, we'll just sort of leave this set up. I'm going to have to abandon you, though, because we'll get it going and abandon you because I'm going to, I got my new job starting.
no,
What new
that's
job?
fine. If you can just
I'm
leave
gonna be
it
doing
operational,
sound in a
Brother
little
Chris
blues
said
club.
he'd be here to help me a little bit.
Don't say
Yeah,
what
I'll help you, but
So don't say what club.
Okay.
I can't. Oh, I don't remember the name.
Oh, okay.
Everybody goes, what club?
I could say what I think the name of it, but I think I'm saying it wrong. I think it's called Mo Daddies or something. I don't know that's probably not the name. See, I would say
No, it was something else, I thought.
I think that is the place that I was thinking of. Sounds
It's
But
something,
maybe it
it's
is.
something
Maybe
that,
it
it's
is.
something that made me think of mojo. Like I got my mojo working. It just don't wake on
right over
you.
by the orange peel, and I'm thinking it's
You
the
gonna
place
break
that's
into
next
Elvis
to
show?
Montecito's.
I can do it. I can do it. You know what? You know one of my favorite Elvis songs
that's
is
Near that
a Chuck
hardware
Berry
store
song.
that's right in the
Do you know
middle.
what?
It's like
Okay,
a club.
what
Is that a
what
blues
Chuck
club now?
Berry song did
They were
Elvis
playing
do?
music, I guess so.
Can
They were
you
playing
think of
music there
one?
a couple months back when I was walking down.
Because
but
Swarm's
they
a flower
started up.
shop.
Would Johnny be good, or who? I don't know who did
Or a wine
I just know it's like a
Did-
two-part
that means something
building.
else
There's
in my
a
head.
Did
something
Chuck
on
Berry
one
write
restaurant
Promised
inside,
Land?
like a-
Who wrote Promised
Not
Land?
like a fast
Elvis
food,
did
maybe
it.
like a takeout spot. And
I
then
don't
there's
know
like
if
a
I-
No,
restaurant with
Have you ever heard that
music
song,
playing on
Promised
the
Land?
radio.
I thought it was Chuck Berry
Hey,
wrote
Chuck
it.
Berry wrote that.
I mean, he played it.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
That
That's
might have
it.
been Jerry Reed might have wrote
I
that.
don't think so. I think it's Chuck Berry.
He's
wrote
died
it.
too.
And I played harmonica with Chuck Berry, and I can't even remember. But I'm addled anymore. I'm just old. In my old age, I'm so addled. I mean, in my mind, Chuck Berry wrote that song. Okay, but but anymore. I mean, I don't know the name of the club I'm getting ready to start working in tomorrow. Understand?
Good
Maybe
news
they'll
is
call
you don't
you.
have to promote it.
Maybe
You
they'll
just have
call
to
you.
turn on the electronics.
I have to
go
make sure
around.
it sounds good. It's going to
But
sound.
you know where it is. That's the main.
I know where the door
Rather
is.
essential, yes.
Yeah, you know what? You know where it is. You can figure out the name when you get there. Yeah, you look up at the door. Oh, that's what it's called.
Hopefully, bye boys and girls. It's been fun. Should we do?
Oh yeah, and there's
Should we do?
some Ukrainian bodybuilders out front that want to talk to you.
Ukrainian body bye.
Yes, man. We got
Bye.
band
Happy
members.
trails to you
People
until
already
we
ready to
meet
mess with us already.
again. Happy trails to you.
Mine don't make
Keep
it
smiling.
Mine
On the
got
wind.
tired.
La la la. Happy trails. Bye bye, everybody.
Not bad
Bye
when
bye.
That clock is.
Bye bye bye. Our clock says here we're living in a time warp. Welcome to the time warp. We're doing the time warp. La, la, la.
5-minute
And we'll be
lifetime
on.
international.
Crush your head. Hey,
Okay, we
Marsha,
did it.
before you get tail that, were you talking about a job opening with Matt?
Yes. Are you looking for one?
I'm about ready to chew my own foot off.
Somebody needs to take one of these jobs because I'm just gonna lose it.
Are you gonna shoot your
I've
foot
got-
off? Push a button.
Jobs open at the hotel